Hello. Welcome to Black Talk Show. I have Miss I say your name right. Chandra. How you say that?
Shaundra.
Chandra.
Because that's not what we called me growing up, right?
Yeah, I know. I want to say, you know what I want to say?
You can say that. You can say that.
I can say
You can
that.
say that.
And I say, I'm going to say this all wrong. Watch this.
Shaundra Dineen. Shaundra
Santa
Dineen.
Dineen. Santa Dineen. Here with Black to Black Talk Show. She's gonna come to us and tell us a little bit about her business and events that she has going on. Could you introduce yourself?
I sure will. First of all, thank you for having me on the show. Tina
Yeah,
and I are hometown girls, so
yes,
Tina knows my hometown name.
yeah,
At home, everyone knows me as Nina. I'm
yeah,
Nina at home. Shaundra
yeah,
Dineen is my look. That's my grown up name.
no, yeah,
That's my grown up name. But no, I'm excited to be here today. My name is Shaundra Dineen. I am a motivational speaker, coach, and author. I'm here today because you invited me, but more importantly, to talk about my business and what I do. I am a best-selling author. I have authored 3 books. I speak all over the world, all over everywhere, empowering individuals to move forward despite fear, to live on the other side of fear. That is my platform. That is what I talk about most of the time. I've been coaching now. I calculated the dates the other day. I've been coaching now for right at 20 years. I'm almost at 20
oh,
years of coaching. I started in workforce development, working with vocational trade schools. So I would coach individuals into employment once they were done with their program, to coach them resume, workforce development. And I absolutely loved it. I loved watching someone take information, apply the information, and get a better result in their life. So I've been doing it for a while, and over the last 4 or 5 years, decided to make that my own personal business and enter entrepreneurship. So that's me, and that's what I do. I coach, I speak, and I write. That's who I am.
yeah, okay. Thank you. I was gonna ask you about you have a the gathering. I did that with you
Yes.
one time. I did it with you in person, but you also do it a class. I mean, like a group setting.
Yeah, we do. We have a virtual Facebook group. It's called The Gathering. The Gathering was started a year ago as a safe place for women to come together, grow in wisdom, share resources, and support each other. I am a huge accountability person. You know, if there is something that I need to get done, a task that I need to complete that's kind of hard or it's going to take me some time, I need an accountability buddy, you know, to keep me focused and keep me moving in the right direction. So the gathering is a place where women can come to gain accountability, resources, and to grow together in wisdom. It was birthed from, you know, if you follow me on social media, I have a tagline. I say, girl, get your circle right,
Yeah.
because it is so important for women to have the right people around them. There was a statistic, and it's true, that you are an average of the 5 closest people around you, succeed or failure. So if you're doing well, you can attribute that to some of the people that are around you. And if you're not doing well, you can contribute that, associate that to people that are around you. So it's so important that we have our circle right. So I've been saying that mantra and using that. And I had a few ladies, quite a few ladies, that reached out to me and said, well, what if I don't know where to start in developing my circle? So that's where the gathering came from. So women that come to the gathering are like-minded, so
Mhm.
that we can support each other and help each other grow in grace.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I enjoyed that time we had together.
It was so good. Yeah, we did one in Beaumont back in February, I believe it was,
Yeah, uh-huh.
in
Yeah,
hometown, and we
yeah,
had an in-person setting, and it was really good. We had a really great conversation.
yeah. So I was gonna ask you some stuff. How do you help your clients overcome fear? Like, what are some of the key tips that you give? Or
Yeah, so I said it's 5 keys to fearless living. Have an ebook about it. If you're interested, I can send you back that
yes,
link and you can drop it for the audience. But there are 5 keys to fearless living. I mean, the first one, which is the most important one, is that you acknowledge fear. The things that we are most afraid of tackling, those things that we are most afraid of doing. And if I can tell this little story, I have tons of story, honey, where
Yeah.
everything started. But this little
Yeah.
story about overcoming fear and acknowledging the fear started back in 2018. I was in Dallas at the time, and it was leading up to the Super Bowl and the I forget. I think the or playoffs or something that the Cowboys were playing it. No, they were playing on Thanksgiving. It wasn't the Super Bowl.
Okay.
It was the Thanksgiving Day game.
Mm-hmm.
So in Dallas, it was a big, the hype was everyone go tailgate. So
Mm-hmm.
these guys were at the bar, and I overheard them talking about their tailgate menu, what they were going to be bringing, who was bringing what to the tailgate.
Yeah.
So they were going to be frying fish. One guy was like bringing coleslaw, but they were all raving about this one guy's tartar sauce.
Uh-huh.
Okay. They were going on and on about how good his tartar sauce was.
Okay.
So me being who I am, your husband,
Yeah.
I had to ask them. I'm like, tell me about this tartar sauce, because they were going on and on about the tartar sauce.
Yeah.
And so I was like, tell me about this tartar sauce. And they were like, oh, it is so good. Like you can put it on anything. I mix hot sauce with it. Then another guy was like, I mix ketchup with mine. You can use it as a sandwich spread. I mean, they were going on and on about this darn tartar sauce.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And so one guy said, it's so good that we've told him he should sell it.
Yeah.
And so I turned to the guy and I'm like, dude, why you not selling your tartar sauce?
Yes.
And he's like, oh, I don't nobody like my tartar sauce, but my friends, the people that are right around me. So we went back and forth with this for a while.
Uh-huh.
And so finally he told me his reason that he would not sell his tartar sauce is because he was afraid of being successful. That if he sold, right, isn't that, we don't think about that, right?
Yeah.
Thinks about fear of success.
Yeah.
But that is a huge fear for entrepreneurs, for business owners, for people that are thinking about, want to step out and do something different.
Uh-huh.
Believe it or not, there is a high percentage of people that are afraid of success.
Yeah.
And so when he said that to me, I was like, what do you mean afraid of success? And he said, if I'm too successful or if I start making too much money, I won't know what to do with it, or I might mishandle it, or I could lose it. And all of those were true fears for him. Although I thought to myself, that is the last thing I would ever be afraid of.
Yeah.
Being successful. But that was a true fear for him. Like it was a real fear for him. He had all of the resources he needed. He had friends around him. They all had very good jobs. They were all very successful that had offered to give financial support, that had offered, I'll pay for the patent. I'll pay for the recipe, I'll pay, they were all willing to help him. He had everything he needed at his fingertips, but he was afraid and did not move. So when I heard that story, I'm like, how many other people are in this same situation where they just do not know how to move beyond the fear of starting?
Yes.
So the number one fear where I start with all of my clients, where I start with anyone we're having this conversation, is that we first have to figure out what you're afraid of. We have to acknowledge the fear. So that night, sitting at the bar, me and him and his friends had a little mini coaching session. Acknowledging fear. And that's where we uncovered, that there was a fear of mishandling money. He didn't know how to handle money. He said, I've never really had a whole lot. I've lived paycheck to paycheck, some things that in the Black community we get accustomed to doing. We feel like we're successful if we have a good job, quote unquote, and we can pay our bills. But for him to move forward, he was really afraid that I'm going to mishandle this. If I mishandle it, then I've quit my dependable job. I've quit my job over here, and now I don't have anything. So, I mean, it's huge. It's a mindset too that we have to work beyond. But if you will start by acknowledging what you are most afraid of, tackling that thing, then you can move forward into the next. And there are 5 keys. That's the one major key. But as you begin to move forward, your confidence builds, your courage builds, and you take that confidence and that courage and you apply them to other situations in your life where you may be afraid. And that, it just becomes a lifestyle that, I'm not afraid to tackle that, because evidence is I tackled a hard thing before and did well, so I can tackle the next thing and the next thing. So that's one of the main keys. That's where we start. I guess I went the long way of saying that. we start is that we have to acknowledge our fear and what is it that is holding us back, that's keeping us paralyzed, that's not allowing us to move forward.
Yeah. I remember I could say I had a fear too, because I remember when I first started my business, I was like, if I buy all these products and nobody buy it, then I
Yes.
don't, I had that fear too, because
Yeah.
it's easy to get. But
It's easy.
I don't moved a little past it. I still got some fears.
And
I still got some.
you still have, and we do, fear, my favorite book is the Bible, and in the
Mm,
Bible, there
mm,
are 365 connotations of fear. So
mm,
if we look at that, to me, that says that every day that I wake up, there is a possibility that fear is going to be present
yeah,
of something,
yeah,
when it comes, and not the fear of, I'm afraid of dogs, or I'm afraid of spiders, not
yeah,
a phobia, but a
uh,
fear of tackling something hard or moving
yeah,
forward in something. So we all have them. I mean, like I said, I've been coaching almost 20 years now. I've been speaking, formally speaking for the last 5 years, but I've been a talker all of my life.
yeah,
And even now, when I'm getting ready to step on a stage to speak, I get nervous. I'm like,
yeah,
oh my
yeah,
God, am I going to resonate with the audience? Is the audience going
yeah,
to listen? Or when I start to book events, I'm like, Lord, is anybody coming?
yeah,
That is my that is
yeah. That's yeah.
who is gonna show up,
Yeah.
but I just have to talk to myself and say, okay, that's a real fear for me. But
Hmm.
evidence has proven that if I put it out there and I
Hmm.
invite, somebody is gonna
It's
show
gonna
up.
show up. Yeah. And
Yeah, somebody
who
is
needs to
gonna
be
show up.
there will be there.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So what has motivated you to do the speaking? What has motivated you to be a speaker? The that
I
meeting different people, or that's something you
Yeah.
always wanted to do?
I think speaking was a byproduct of how my parents raised us.
Uh-huh.
My dad is an avid reader. Everybody knows my daddy, Ted and Marvin Williams. Everybody know my mom and daddy. But
Yeah.
my daddy is an avid reader. And when we
Uh-huh.
were young, he raised us to read, write, and speak.
Hmm.
I remember one summer, and I was probably in the seventh grade. My two younger brothers, so if I was in the seventh, I may have been in the eighth. I was in middle school. So then that meant Chris had to be, elementary, and Jeremy had to be just low elementary. But he took the TV. We could not watch TV all
Uh-huh.
summer.
Uh-huh.
Like he covered our TV with a blanket.
Yeah.
We had one of those, those floor models back in the
Yeah, the
day.
old school, yeah.
Floor models. Girl, he covered it up with a blanket. He covered the entire TV
TV.
with a blanket. We could
Uh,
not watch TV all
uh-huh.
summer.
Uh-huh.
So he made us read,
Yeah.
and he would assign us a book. And
Mhm.
so in middle school, my first book that I read was How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Mhm. Yeah.
It was a very good book. I've read
Good
it
book.
a couple of times since then, but who's reading that in middle school, right?
Yeah.
But we had to read the book, we had to write a report, and then we
Uh-huh.
had to give an oral report.
What?
And yes, and that was every Thursday night. So we get a
Uh-huh.
new book every Friday, and we would have to that next Thursday to write our
Yes.
report and then be prepared to deliver an
Uh-huh.
oral report over dinner, girl, while we at the table trying to
Table.
eat. Girl, you would go around the table, and when it was your turn, you stand up and give your oral report
Yeah.
about your book, sit back down, and then the next person went. And then we
Yeah.
had to listen to focus on the family after that. But anywho,
Yeah. But that got you comfortable speaking though a little bit, right?
absolutely. It got me
Yeah. Yeah.
comfortable speaking. And something he would always tell us is that people will listen to anything you have to say if you know how to speak.
Yeah.
He said, even
Yeah.
if you're saying the wrong thing, if you can speak well, people will listen to what you have to say.
It's like, yeah.
So that just became part of me. And then in church, the preacher's kid, pastor's kid is always the one that gets picked to do stuff when nobody else,
Yeah.
nobody nobody else do it. We got to do it.
Do it.
So
Yeah.
speaking in church really helped me. It helped me. I was at that time didn't realize that this could actually be something. I was just
Hmm.
doing it because I was told to, and probably was mad while I was doing it.
Yeah.
But as I grew up and got into my adult life and in corporate America and started working,
Hmm.
people would always compliment me on
Yeah.
my how
Speaking.
articulate I could be.
Uh-huh.
and they would compliment me on, managers would send me to have the hard conversations because they were like, you can say the hard things to people and they don't get mad.
Yeah.
So I was
Uh-huh.
like, what? And they were
Yeah.
like, don't tell them this and they won't be mad at you. And it was true,
Yeah.
I liked that part of the job because that meant I was delivering hard information a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just kind of motivated me and showed me that,
You capable
this,
of doing it.
yeah, that I'm capable and that this can really be a thing.
Yeah.
This can be a thing. So when COVID came,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of caused us to pivot in
Uh-huh.
everything. My industry suffered greatly. I worked in vocational trade schools, and
Mm-hmm.
it suffered greatly when at the beginning of COVID, while everyone was trying to figure out how to pivot as an industry.
Yeah.
Um, I had a speaker coach. Her name was Cheryl Wood. I think you
Mm-hmm.
worked with
Yeah.
Cheryl.
Uh-huh.
And so I watched Cheryl for years. Like I
Mm-hmm.
have watched her for many, many years. And I'm like, I want to speak like she does. I want to take one of her programs, be on her platform. So I did in 2000, I think it was like 2016, 17, it hired her to be my speaker coach.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that she told me was, first of all, we had a 30-second pitch, give me your 30-second pitch. And I did. And she said, why are you not on stages speaking?
Yeah.
And I was like, because nobody's invited me.
Yeah.
And so she said, you don't need an invitation. This was 2017.
Mm-hmm.
She said, you don't need an invitation. She said, create your own stage and
Yes.
stand on it and speak with authority.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what, I guess that's just what I needed to say. I can do this as my own business.
Yeah.
I can do this. And so I worked with her in that program. It was a 90-day program. And when that was over, I did just that. I launched my speaking platform. I called it On Tour, the Empowerment Tour. I went I did an event in Dallas. I did an event in Beaumont, and I did an event in Houston
Okay.
and had great turnout. And a lot of great feedback. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. And
Yeah.
so when the industry pivoted with COVID, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to speak, coach, and write.
Yeah.
And so that it has just kind of taken off from there.
Okay, that's good. I
Mm-hmm.
know you're a powerful speaker, so yeah, this is something for you. Yes, it is. You're
I
in your
love it.
lane. You're
Love it.
in
I
your
love it.
lane.
I love it. I love it. Anytime, and I've shared this in many of my speaking platforms when I've spoke that everybody has purpose.
Yeah.
Everyone has a purpose. There is a reason that you were created, and you were created for more than just to wake up every morning and suck up air, go to work,
Yes.
come home, do the same thing the next day. Like
Mhm.
you were created for more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone has a purpose, and you might not know how that purpose is going to impact the world, but just figure out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
How you're going to
Yes.
use it might come later. When
Yeah.
I was 20 years old, I heard so clearly, I call it the voice that lives rent free in my head, but it was
Yeah.
this guy. And he said to me that my purpose is to empower, motivate, inspire, educate, and empower individuals through the words I speak, through the words I write, and through the life I live.
Okay, that's
Well, at
wonderful.
20, yeah, at 20 something, I'm like, first of all, I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
Second of all, write
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
And third of all, I don't like my own life like right now. So who cares about the life I'm living, right?
Yeah.
But here we are, fast forward that some almost 25 years later, and the purpose that God spoke to me in my early 20s
Mm-hmm.
is now being manifest.
Yeah.
It's now I'm living that out.
Yes. That's
So
good. Out loud.
yes, yes. And I
Yes.
love
Yes.
it. I love
Uh-huh.
it. It's not hard, it's not a burden.
Yeah.
It can processes can be hard,
Yeah.
but the actual execution of purpose,
Mm-hmm.
it's not hard. And I
Yeah.
love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
I
you
can go
love
on
what
and
you're
on.
doing. Yeah. You enjoy doing what you're doing, talking and
Absolutely.
speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I love
wonderful.
helping people. I love helping people. And if this is my way to help through speaking,
Mm-hmm.
then let's do it. That's what I say. Let's do it this year. I told God to, enlarge my territory. We
Yes.
talk, we hear that all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But I told God, give me a platform that truly impacts and inspires. I don't
Yes.
ever want to speak just to hear myself talk. I don't ever want to
Yes.
just talk for the sake of talking, but
Mm-hmm.
let my words, like literally the words that I speak, impede people's situations. Like,
Yes.
let it interrupt their lives. Like, let
Yeah.
them hear something that I say that cause a disruption, for
Mm-hmm.
it causes them to think a different way or go a different way or do something different. And when we ask God to do that,
Yeah.
honey,
And he do it big, in a big way. Yeah.
and we don't get to choose how, and
Yeah.
we don't get to choose what, and we don't get to choose when. But when you open yourself up to God to use the purpose in which it came with you when you were born, it's
Yeah.
always been there. And
Yeah.
when you open yourself up to allow Him to use that in your everyday life, yeah, you're going to face some challenges. Things are going to get rocky, things are going to get hard.
Mm-hmm.
But out of all of the mess comes your message.
Mm-hmm.
Out
Yeah.
of all of your mess comes your message, and that is what changes people's lives.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely love sharing the gift of speaking.
Yeah, and your dad helped you along that way. All that training he was doing back then, it
Yes,
paid
honey.
off.
Yes, yes,
It paid
yes.
off. Yeah, and your brother speak well too. So yeah,
See, it was all of us. I'm
yeah,
telling you, it was that summer that we couldn't watch TV. Girl, we would be so happy to go to my grandma's house or to
yeah.
go to my cousin's house because we could watch TV. But if we were at 405 South 15th Street, honey, no TV.
What-
And of course we didn't like it, but now, at this stage of my life,
yeah,
I can be thankful and grateful for the training from my parents.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh. So on your in your speaking, do you have uh like you said that song you come out on I Am Fearless? That's your
Yes,
gospel.
Renegade.
Yes.
Renegade. That's
Yeah.
right. That's my stage song, honey. When I'm coming out to speak, we got to pump the audience up. But
Yeah.
the words of the song mean so much. It's very impactful. It's a good, catchy beat. Everybody gets involved and engaged. So that's my come out song,
Like
honey.
that's gonna be your exit song today. How about that?
I love it. I loved it.
Yeah. So I just want to. I'm gonna play that song for you before you leave, and then you can come back and talk about that song, why it means so much. Okay.
Okay.
Let me share my screen first. Yeah. No fear. Yeah. King. Yeah. No fear. Only fight. I'm fearless. It's only right. My head's up. I stay strong. Forever young. May you live long. With perseverance, hold on and stand tall. Never back down with my back against the wall. I'm an overcomer. I overcame it, y'all. I conquered every mountain. I've been through it all. Yeah, I've been through it all. I'm fearless. Nothing can ever hold me back. Nothing. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. You know. I'm courageous. Yeah. I'm strong. I'm unbreakable. I am. Yeah. I'm fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. I am fearless. I am fearless. You know, I am fearless. You know, I am fearless. You can't stop me. You gotta get up and go get it. You gotta want it from the soul. You gotta feel it.
You gotta seize it every moment, every minute, every time you get a chance, you gotta live it. Handle your business. I'm never scared with no fear, I'm well aware. I stay ready, I'm well prepared. I risk it all for the cause, take a risk, and put it all on the line. I'm fearless. Yeah, I'm fearless.
Woo!
Yes.
Oh, that gives me pump, girl. That's my hype song.
I'm gonna stop it right now. They want to act up on me.
That's my hype song. Hype song.
We got. We ain't got much longer.
Oh, we can stop it there if you want to. We can talk
Okay.
about it from there. You know, when you listen to the words of it,
Uh huh.
like it just gets you going.
Yeah.
It's just what he's saying. You know, only fight. Your head
Yeah.
is up. Stay strong. You're an overcomer. You've overcame it all. You know,
Yes.
because we have stuff. It's the experiences and the things that we go through in life
Yeah.
that can sometimes build fear.
Yeah.
But you have overcome every hardest thing in your life.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about it, every hard day that you've had,
Mm-hmm.
if you're here right now,
Yeah.
you've overcome that
Come.
day.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't think about it like that, but you're an overcomer. You've overcame everything that has come your way.
Yes.
Stay courageous, stay strong. Nothing holds me back. I'm fearless. And
Yeah.
fearless is truly a mindset.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mindset and a lifestyle. And
Yeah.
if you can shift your thinking about how you handle situations or situations in your life, then you can become fearless. I do believe that. You know, I
Yeah.
believe that you can live in the presence of fear and
Mm-hmm.
not be afraid.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And I want to thank you. You're going to be a guest speaker on Girl Boss Experience Summit, and you're going to actually
Yes.
speak. And you, that's going to be a virtual event, and that she'll be speaking at. And also, she'll be a speaker at the Black Excellent Gala because she is excellent,
Yeah.
and she's good.
I'm excited. I'm excited about it. Looking forward to it. Looking forward
Yeah,
to it.
yeah. Do you have any more events coming up, or I think you
Um,
sent me an email about something, right?
Yeah, this Sunday, May 21st, I will be speaking for the Star of Faith uh, Order of Eastern Star. It is their annual women's brunch.
Hmm.
It's called The Best Woman I Know, and I am their guest speaker on Sunday, May 21st at the Doubletree Galleria. So if you're in the Houston area, heck, if you in Beaumont, just come on and drive on down to Houston.
Yeah.
Sunday morning, I'll be there at 10 o'clock a.m. at the Doubletree Galleria. I'm going to be talking about significance and the significance of a woman. So I'm excited about that. This is my
Okay.
second time that I've spoke for them at their annual brunch. So I'm excited to be there.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for coming and
Thank you for
having a
having me.
conversation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna